Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Damiano B. Chantola, and today we're looking at "For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory." Now, before we go any further, it's important to say something plainly. In the earliest manuscripts of Matthew, this line appears as a doxology, a declaration used by the early community of believers as a response to the prayer, not merely an ending phrase. That matters, because this line is not just a closing, it is a conclusion of allegiance. Jesus, Yeshua, has just taught us how to pray for daily provisions, forgiveness, reconciliation, and deliverance. And now this line gathers everything back into one truth. God is sovereign. Not partially, not symbolically, but fully. For thine is the kingdom. Notice the tense. Not will be, not was, is. In Aramaic, the language Yeshua actually spoke, the idea behind kingdom is not a distant realm. The word Melkutha carries the sense of active reign, not geographic location. Means authority in motion, rule in effect, kingship behind exercised. So when we say, "For thine is the kingdom," we are declaring God is authority. God, the authority, belongs to you right now. Not Caesar, not Rome, not the religious elite, not the systems of power that dominate the world. This was a radical statement in first century Judea. Jesus was teaching ordinary people, like fishermen, like farmers, widows, widowers, laborers, to speak words that quietly subverted every empire on earth. Because if God's kingdom is the true kingdom, then all others are temporary. Then comes the next phrase, "and the power." In Greek, the word used here is dunamis. It is not brutal force. It is not violence. It is not domination. Dynamis is effective power, and power to bring about what is willed. In the same word used when Jesus heals the sick, calms storms, casts out darkness, and raises the dead. This is important. Jesus does not say, "For thine is the control." He says, "For thine is the power." God's power is not God's power is not coercive. It is creative, restorative, life-giving. This is the power that spoke light into darkness in Genesis, the power that parted the sea, the power that breathed life into the dry bones. And when we declare this in prayer, we are reminding ourselves, the strength to change does not come from me. The strength to endure does not come from me. The strength to heal what is broken does not come from me. It comes from Him. Then Yeshua brings us to the final word, "and the glory." In Hebrew thought, glory is not a compliment, it is weight. The word kavod literally means heaviness, substance, importance. Glory is what gives something value, meaning presence. So when we say, "For thine is the glory," For thine is the glory. We are saying, God, the significance belongs to you. The spotlight belongs to you. The meaning of all things belongs and rests in you. This dismantles ego, because so much of human striving is about glory. We want to be seen, recognized, affirmed, remembered. But Jesus gently directs us. Life is not about accumulating glory. It is about reflecting it. Now here's something most people miss. This doxology does not appear as a command from Jesus, Yeshua, to pray for these things. He does not say, ask for the kingdom, ask for the power, ask for the glory. He teaches us to acknowledge them. Because prayer is not about informing God, it is about aligning ourselves with reality. This line recenters the soul. After asking for bread, after confronting forgiveness, after wrestling with temptation, we end by standing still and declaring truth. God, you are still God. You are still reigning. You are still powerful. You are still glorious. That is not theology. That is survival. Because there will be days when life feels out of control, when injustice seems to win, when suffering feels louder than hope, and this line becomes an anchor. Now let me take you one step deeper. In Jewish prayer tradition, doxologies were used to seal a prayer, to remind the one praying who truly holds authority. Jesus places this at the end, not to control the prayer, but to crown it. Everything we have prayed is held inside God's sovereignty. Your needs, your forgiveness, your protection, your future, all of it rests in His hands. And then comes the final word, Amen. This is not punctuation. It is a commitment. Amen means, so be it. This is true. I stand with this. In other words, when we say Amen, we are not ending the prayer. We are stepping into the prayer. We are saying, I choose to live under this kingdom. I trust this power. I reflect this glory. And that brings us full circle. The Lord's Prayer is not about saying the right words. It is about becoming the kind of person who lives them. This prayer reshapes us, how we see God, how we see ourselves, how we see the world. And if we let it, it reshapes how we walk tomorrow. So that is all for today, people. We've gone through the prayer now, and tomorrow we'll go through it fully one last time. I appreciate your time, and ciao for now.
I choose the call. I choose the call. I choose